Hello my friends, and welcome back to our blind let's play of AI the Somnium Files. I am the FlightlessBird, and this is your story-based gaming channel, and oh my god, that episode last, oh man. Oh, I still don't know if I have words for what we just saw. I wasn't expecting to see Iris and Ota sawed in half like that, and I'm just hoping there's another history, another path that we can go to fix our mistakes. Now, I was told in the comments, because like I said, I have the greatest community ever in the world. Thank you guys so very much. Joe Goodman reported that you will need to visit location, so order doesn't matter. And more importantly, he also says sometimes the dialogue will change, but for the most part, just go top to bottom. And then House of Fata Morgana also agreed with that. When you present with a list of places to go, if you go from top to bottom, you'll never miss anything. At least if he remembers, or she remembers correctly. That's always a good point. You never know. But yeah, so in order to view the databases that we saw in our at the end of the last video, I had to go to a location. So I chose the top location, which is a cold storage warehouse, and thankfully it auto-saved because I forgot to save. Yes, I know. I should save often. I forgot to save. So here we are in the cold storage warehouse. I stepped into the cold storage warehouse. The air conditioning wasn't running, but it was still cold. The temperature hadn't raised much at all. The cold air sunk into my skin, but the center of my body was burning hot. Oh man, did we have to go here first? Alright, let's look around. Shelves with boxes? I don't see any clues here. It's a crane. Hook is hanging from the ceiling crane. Let's see. An oil drum. Unlikely to be a clue. Hello, Mr. Policeman. A police officer. Any progress on the investigation?
I checked this place point by point, but didn't find nothing.
Alright, let's see. We have some equipment.
A video camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream.
Oh, the dots.
All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them.
Yeah, don't make it easy for us, are they?
I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it. I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras. The same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju.
Interesting.
The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious.
I don't think there are any coincidences here. Video camera and laptop used for the stream. Alright, let's continue to look around. That's overhead crane. Got some shelves over here.
There are only a few items on the shelf.
Is this warehouse not in use?
There's nothing particularly suspicious about the items on the shelf. Alright. Equipment. You can't really view the computer. I guess it's part of the equipment. Forklift A.
This forklift is old. It does not appear to be functional. It has not been moved in some time.
A forklift. The tire and floor are covered with a layer of ice. Forklift B. I don't see anything special about it. There's a cardboard box, but there's nothing in it. Alright. It's a box way up here. So it's a box on the shelf, but it's empty. Alright. Looking around. See some bloodstain. I'm trying to avoid the most interesting things because I don't want to get kicked out of here. And there's a good chance that, you know, we'll be able to leave for the next location, but I want to make sure. Let's talk to the inspector first. The inspector is doing his duties as usual. Any clues?
No, nothing so far.
It's Kagami, right? How you doing, buddy? The inspector is doing his duties as usual. Let's see. One thing I probably need to do is I need to go into my files, and I need to just unclick these, because like I said, in order to view these, I had to basically use the autosave, which means these are not seen. And if we get any new information, I want to make sure that we know which information is good and which information we've already seen. This will only take a second. There wasn't too much here. And then, of course, we had the two pictures. One was of her coming out of TV, which is really weird. And the second of our good bud. How you doing, my friend? All right, let's see here. Wait, why did that say updated still? Oh, that was A. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the little... Oh, that's such an adorable drawing. You know, that's like the type of thing where I wonder if a kid's producer drew this and the producer said, hey, that's a really cool drawing, let's put it in the game. So they decided to put it in the game. I would like to believe that, because that's a kind of a cool story if it happened the way I think it happened. All right, let's look at the ice cutting machine. You know, watching back that last episode, the only emotion I could really feel was just stunned shock. It's like that overrode all my other emotions, and then watching it back, I experienced sadness, because now that I was over the shock of what I see, it's like my brain registered that that was a real thing that happened in the game, and all of a sudden I just got really heartbroken over seeing Iris sliced into like that. And it's weird because as you play something multiple times, you know, you see things from different perspectives, and you know, it didn't hit me until the second time how much that scene, how much power that scene had emotionally. Iris and Ota.
Iris's estimated time
Please
of
don't
death
show
and
it.
cause of death have been confirmed.
Oh, please stop showing that. It's Luna all over again. I don't want to see it.
The video was not a recording. It was a live stream, filmed in real time.
God.
Which means Iris's time of death is 3:20 a.m.
Iris also had her left eye removed.
Yeah.
Did we find the bodies, by the way?
And like Renju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been recovered.
Poor girl. A nice cutting machine. I know one of our good friends of the channel, Alphamate, he's had a lot of university work, but I can't wait for him to watch this playthrough, because I would love to see his play-by-play reactions of everything that happened in the last episode.
Right here. Iris and Ota were...
I am sure you are already aware of Ota's time of death.
Just before I arrived. About 3:30 in the morning.
And the cause of death.
Right, about that.
I mean, it's kind of obvious, isn't it?
Ota had a stab wound from a kitchen knife in his side.
Correct.
What was the exact cause of death? Was it the knife wound, or...?
I cannot determine that. I can conclude that the knife wound was at least close to being fatal. Even if Ota was still alive on the workbench, he was certainly on the verge of death. If he weren't already extremely weak, we would expect to see more signs of struggle.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Ota was trying to help Iris jumping at the criminal. That led to a scuffle, and Ota ended up with a knife wound in his side. He lost all his power to fight back. He was supposed to be put inside the costume, and finally cut open by the ice cutting machine.
But why? Why did the culprit put the costume on Ota?
Unknown.
I feel really bad about that too, because I thought Ota...
Tate, we should get moving.
I thought Ota was responsible, and we found out that he was just another victim. No, we're not gonna get moved. We have to examine the bloodstains.
Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly.
Doesn't matter. I still have work to do.
We will not find anything of importance here.
I still have the bloodstains to check.
Yeah, you're right.
You can ask CSI to inform you if they find anything.
All right.
Yes, I still have more things to look. Chill. Bloodstain A. Iris is in Ota's blood. Bloodstain B. Iris. Is this Ota's blood? And evidence marker. It's a little marker that's put up to track evidence at the scene. I'm not heading out yet. Iris and Ota's body are under autopsy. The bodies aren't here anymore. Okay, so we did recover the bodies. That's good to know at least. Anything else? Going once. Going twice. There we go. Oh, it's just the same thing. Well, we'll tell the investigator that. I'm heading out. Let me know if you find anything. I'll let them know I left the warehouse. Next location, or... When I left the warehouse, I saw Pewter. What is he doing here? He walked up to me while I was trying to work it out.
Date, I have to talk to you about something.
Okay.
Huh?
About the original Cyclops serial killings.
Okay. All the dots. All the... What is he gonna tell us dots?
Why this all of a sudden?
Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date. I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice.
Yeah, I'm working on it, but, you know, it would be helpful if I wasn't so in the dark about, you know, the previous case.
So, if I can help you, even a little.
Why didn't you say anything at Abyss?
The boss was there. I couldn't speak openly in front of her. So, I decided to meet you here.
All the dots. All the... Please tell us dots.
All right. Let's hear it.
Earlier, I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes.
Yes, and you have annoyed me so much by not saying why.
I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes. Let me explain why.
I would appreciate that. All the dots.
I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer.
Okay. Now, the question is he gonna say it was me?
Although, it's more accurate to say killers.
Oh. Interesting.
More than one?
In the first series of killings, the culprit had an accomplice.
Was that Iris?
One of them was born a murderous psychopath. The other is Rohan Kumakura, the previous chairman of the Kumakuras.
Well, wait, let me... It says here one of them was born a murderous psychopath, and the other was Rohan Kumakura. Rohan's a big dude that likes to kill people. So the one of the killers was Rohan, but the other one was who? All the dots. And Rohan was killed recently, right? Or he died recently? All the please continue dots.
They each had a role to play. The murderer committed the homicide, and Rohan removed the eyeball.
So wait, Rohan was not the murderer? Yeah, please keep talking about first. Time to look around again. Oh man, look at this place. So pretty. It's like the day outside earlier. Walked outside and it's just such a beautiful day with the wind blowing. Hologram barrier. The water of Tokyo Bay. Nothing in the sky. A police officer. Another police officer. Okay. Wooden box. Stack containers. There's an oil drum. And a crane. Okay. We've seen a lot of cranes in this game, or hooks on, like, devices. Warehouses all in a line. Another container. Barrier. The Okura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. Alright, I feel like we did look around here. Didn't spend too much time doing it, but there wasn't really much to see. But let's... Oh, wait. There's something way down there. Mooring post. A bollard. A pillar to moor a ship. Alright. What do you got, Peter? Peter looks grimly serious. Why'd they get classified? Let's start there.
That, I don't know.
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time. Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value. I am unable to draw any conclusions from them.
You really have no idea?
If I did, I would tell you.
Okay, who is the... let's start with Ron first. The other one just seems to be too, you know, possibly revealing.
18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye.
18 years ago? The killings happened 6 years ago, right?
She was already dead. He put his finger into her eye socket and gouged it out. The reason why was simple.
Really?
He was fascinated by women's eyes.
Okay. Heard of foot fetishes, but never eye fetishes.
Their beauty stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them.
But to each his own. I will say that, you know, when a woman's iris is slightly above her bottom part of her eye, so that way you can see like the white. For some reason, that always to me looked very beautiful. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. So I can understand that the eyes are the gateway to the soul. They can reveal marvelous things.
He needed to have them, to make them his own.
But that's going a little bit too far.
Driven by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye. From then on, he acquired a grotesque obsession with the eyes of dead women. He was very particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman.
But why did it matter that it was the right eyes? Because in the original case it was right eyes, I believe.
But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge. His deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled for years. However, he soon met his ideal partner.
Continue.
The aforementioned psychopath. The Cyclops killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye. Thus, a mutually beneficial relationship was established. This was the origin of the Cyclops serial killings. At about the same time, you were assigned to Abyss.
Yeah, but that was 18 years ago, and the original killings was 6 years ago. What happened with the other 12 years? Who was the murdered psychopath?
He was born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust. It is colloquially referred to as the love hormone. It causes a tranquilizing effect which improves mood and relieves stress. It is normally secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an embrace or caress.
I'm sure you know what this implies, but he was unable to feel love in the way that we do. However, he was able to experience a substitute.
By proxy, you mean?
His brain was wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through other means. Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and endorphins by performing a certain action.
What was it?
Killing? All the dots.
Murder.
Okay, yeah, I was close.
Dopamine is a hormone linked to the reward system of the brain.
Yeah, I think I knew that one was coming, didn't you?
The pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine. Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull pain and create a feeling of happiness.
He got pleasure from killing people?
It's slightly more complicated than that. killing people was the only way he could get pleasure.
All the dots.
He was 12 when he took his first life. That enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again and again.
And if he was 12 when he took his first life, and Ace was 12 when these murders started, maybe he was trying to pass on the legacy to Iris, which in turn means that the new killer could be trying to pass on that tendency to Mizuki, because she's now 12. I mean, these coincidences can't just be coincidences, right? Summarize for me.
The original Cyclops killer had an accomplice,
There were 2 Cyclops killers.
and one of them was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
Rohan committed suicide by jumping to his death 1 year ago.
That means... Pewter, tell me this. One of the original killers is dead, I know that. But that means one remains. Who is he?
After his 4th murder, he was arrested by the police. They actually picked him up on other charges.
Who was it?
But, in any case, he is currently serving a life sentence in Fuchu prison.
So not us. So is he inmate 89? What was it? Yeah, 89. I actually got that right.
Fuchu prison?
Yes.
What's his name?
All the dots. All the tell me his name, dang it, dots.
In prison, he doesn't have a name. He is simply called Number 89.
Haha! Called it.
Number 89.
I know who killed Shogunadami.
All the dots. All that. You're going to see him, aren't you, dots?
So, now you know why I said that.
You better believe it, Iba.
That the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. Because one is dead, and the other is behind bars. Neither of them had the opportunity.
Well, we got a map up now. Peter looks grimly serious. Thank you, Peter. Thank you for finally telling us some stuff that's going on in this game. So we can go... These are the 4 original locations, by the way. The prison is not on here, but let's go to Matsushita Diner. As I've been told, just start at the top and go straight down. And that's the best way to do it. So that's what we're going to do. You'll also notice it doesn't say a timer, which is interesting because, you know, it's almost like saying we're not going to track the specific times just in case you do them in a different order. The place was silent. It was so quiet I felt like I could hear the floating dust. I stepped inside. I thought it was empty, but I saw a shadow in the corner of my eye. It was Mayumi. It was like watching a decaying old tree cling pathetically to the earth. Oh man, I don't want to have to tell the moms about what just happened. Oh man, I'm not looking forward to this at all. Alright, I'm just gonna click around here and see if they say anything interesting besides this is a table, this is a chair, this is a menu, this is a beer ad, autograph from a celebrity, menus written in Tanzoku paper. I can see the kitchen past the counter. Because this is such a serious moment, you're not expecting to see any comedic responses, unfortunately. We find a phone. See a swinging door. So it needs to be asked, well, FlightlessBird, if there's no comedic choices here, why are you clicking on everything? Because you never know. Yeah, you never know. It's just the way things are. It's November, but the calendar is January. Looking close at it, even the year is wrong. This is old. Clocks have stopped turning and they're at midnight. We got a sitting cushion. A low table. Disposable chopsticks. I don't think I clicked on those, but it says we did. Nothing here for the rug. Miyomi's looking at a picture, and that's not gonna be fun. This is not gonna be a fun conversation. Alright, I think I've gotten everything. Unfortunately, the only thing that I said was this is a chair, this is a stool, this is a fridge. Okay, Miyomi. Guess it's time we talked. She's looking at photographs in her hand. No, I don't want to do this. I'm sorry. Oh, the dots. Yeah, I don't. I don't know what to say. Yeah. I'm sorry. Just nothing you can say about Ota. Just all this sadness of dots in the world. You want to talk about it? Guess not.
This is your fault. I heard from the police. Because you didn't take care of Iris, my boy Ota got involved.
Oh, this hurts so bad.
Date, I looked into the investigation report. Mayumi confirmed Ota's body early this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry. I want to be alone right now.
Oh, the dots. Oh, the... When can I get anything out of her dots?
Did you not hear me?
Except anger. And sadness. And grief. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I said leave!
Oh. I'm sorry.
Date, let's go. She is in no state to talk.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't even want to click on her again. I mean, I just feel... Mayumi is crying. Man, that sucks. Somewhere along the way, we must have gotten like a bad ending, and I'm not sure how it happened. To Date's residence, Monday. Is Mizuki here? Yeah, she is. Oh, man. She looked like a small animal frightened by a predator. Oh. At least the music is nice. That's good. You know, I always like to say that what video games do. When I made this short video a while back ago talking about my channel and about what I want to do on my channel and how I thought video games were works of art. When I say video games are works of art, what a video game should do is a video game should make you feel. You know, if you're playing a first-person shooter and you're gunning down enemies and you're having a lot of fun killing demons like in Doom or something, you feel that sense of exhilaration and adrenaline. And again, in a visual novel, you know, you're feeling huge empathy, or if it's an otame, a romance type visual novel, you know, you're feeling for your characters. You want to see the characters hook up because, you know, sort of like Junpei and June, the idea that you wanted to see them get together because that made you happy. And in a game like this where you see people get killed and then the game forces you to deal with the after effects of the deaths, it just tugs at your heart and it makes you feel sad. And that's what a good game should do. A good game should have emotions in the game. And if you're not feeling those emotions, then that's adorable, by the way. It's a door rabbit, a stuffed rabbit. I get to Mizuki on her birthday. Mizuki's bed, a rug, a coffee table, one-seater sofa. I know I'm not really doing this in a proper order, but I'm just swinging around. I mean, this game, like I said, this game has me slightly discombobulated right now. Do you always wear the same clothes? And do you always wear the same? I mean, you know this is the same family because they all wear the same clothes. Iron pipe. Mizuki's favorite metal pipe. You have a favorite metal pipe? Or backpack? Small window gets in a little bit of light. An oven hood. Excuse me, hiccups. Kitchen. There are seasonings and cooking equipment lying around. There's a towel here. It's a pot. Seasoning and cooking sake. Frying pan. My refrigerator. The entrance. There's a 3-seat sofa in the center of the room. A cushion on the sofa. Alright, let's what about the light? Lighting. Okay, well, that's kind of I mean, you get so much light in from the windows, you don't really need the light on, which is probably why the light isn't on. Rack. My clothes and Mizuki's clothes are hanging on the rack. Anything else? How about the stove or the pot? And we actually already clicked on the pot, surprisingly. Alright. Oh, let's talk to the girl. Mizuki is staring at the floor. I don't like any of these options. Oh, left is right. About Okura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. All the dots. All the dots. All the dots. All the grieving dots. That's all we're getting today. It's just...
Mizuki must know about Iris and Ota.
Of course. The news was distributed heavily across the internet, not just in Japan, but worldwide.
all the grieving dots.
3 days ago, Mizuki discovered her mother's body.
Yeah, and then she lost her father, and then she... Oh, man, this...
2 days ago, her father's. This morning, 2 of her best friends.
God.
It is completely understandable that she is at her mental limit.
That's why she hasn't broken already. All the dots.
Can I be left alone for a while?
Yeah. I hear you.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
She certainly did seem so. I can't stay by her side forever.
Contact Abyss. See if they can get Mizuki a good counselor.
Understood.
I stayed with her for a little while, but we didn't speak. Having nothing more to say, I left. I mean, it's kind of pointless to say all the dots at this point because, like I said the other day, my all the dots comment is me trying to understand the characters, and each time I say it a different way to try to represent what I feel like the character is saying. We all know what's going on here. These characters are all broken. Just completely broken. Alright, it's well on 30 minutes, but at this rate, not much is happening. Because no one wants to say anything. Sagan residence, Monday. When I visited the Sagan household, I found Hitomi with a hollow look in her eyes. She let me in and asked to sit on the sofa. I agreed and sat down. But after that, I couldn't say a single word. The heavy silence weighed on both of us. Just being such a good guest. I mean, a host. Just being such a good host, and yet there's just nothing we can say. It's a shoebox. Clock. At least we get to hear some beautiful music in the background. The music and the voice acting in this game are, in my opinion, just top-notch. Absolutely wonderful. Bookshelf, the standing light. Maybe that's why we didn't see Iris in that dream, because Iris was already dead. But how could we see a dream from the future? That still hasn't been explained yet. Tableware put away. It's a microwave. It's a refrigerator. It's a dining table. Kitchen counter. Just scanning around. This would be so much easier if I had a mouse. Of course, I'm not using a mouse, but there's a door in the back of the room. There's a drawing on the wall. And yes, I know I could play this on my PC, but I like playing this on my PlayStation. Cushion. Telephone in the corner. It's for lighting. You can see the trees and sky outside. Man, what a lonely household this is now. Plant. Shelves. Speaker system. There's a sofa right here. Oh. Low table. Elementary workbooks. Steam is rising from the tea. There's that same flower again.
In the language of flowers, the iris means good news and hope.
Oh.
When I saw the flowers this morning, I just knew something good would happen.
I'm sorry. All the dots.
Iris.
Oh. The winter iris is blooming. Oh. If he told me it's composed. She's hiding her sorrow deep in her heart. She's gentle, but strong. Can you think of any information?
Hitomi, my entire focus is on this case. Is there anything at all you can tell me?
All the dots.
I don't know if this is important, but
No, please. Tell me.
I may have told you this already. I met Renju's wife Shoko twice before.
You have?
The first time at the wedding.
Yes, you've told us.
The second time a month ago. That second time was in the waiting room of the prison.
Wait, what?
Prison?
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger.
Wait.
I visit them a few times a year. And by coincidence, I saw Shoko. I don't think she noticed me, but I recognized her as Renju's wife right away. She was there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the inmates.
Were you going to see number 89, or was she going to see number 89?
Do you know who?
No, I don't.
Or
We didn't talk.
was this just another coincidence?
Which prison?
Fuchu Prison, in Tokyo.
Of course.
Fuchu.
Prison?
All the contemplating dots. About Iris.
Iris was my everything. We always went everywhere together, whether it was buying clothes, or going to the movies, or taking a walk, or going shopping at the supermarket. When she was young, she would just hold one of my fingers. Her hand was too small to hold mine. Then it was 2, then 3. And finally she could hold my hand. But eventually, she left my hands altogether. She started crossing her arms, being independent, even though she needed constant attention growing up.
This is so hard.
Her memories are a part of this room. And always will be. When she was a baby, she fell off that sofa and cried and cried. One day she tore up her picture book all over the floor here. Another time she drew with crayons all over the window. She painted my portrait on Mother's Day. Scratches on the floor, chipped plates, burn marks on the table, stains on the cushions. Everything you see. It all holds a memory of her. But why?
I'm sorry. Oh, about Ota.
Oda was one of my students. I taught him in elementary school. I heard it from the police. Oda tried to help Iris and ended up... I don't know what to say. I have no words.
I don't have any words either. Like I said, this has been the most... I thought the last episode was difficult, but this one is equally as difficult.
I'm sorry to have bothered you.
Oh, the dots.
I'll be going now.
And it wouldn't be so bad if the voice acting wasn't so good.
Know what to do.
It's just, oh, my heart wrenches.
Thinking about her. Date, please, you have to catch them. Please. Please.
I will. Trust me.
Oh. Last spot, Marvel. I feel like this game has just drained all the happiness out of the world. Oh, man.
Are you okay, honey?
Should we do this one last place, or should we stop? Let's do this one last place.
Huh?
About last night. Well, at 3 in the morning anyway.
You know about it?
It's on every channel.
Oh, the dots.
You have the face of a ghost. Do you want a glass?
Oh, I'll take the whole bottle.
I don't need a drink. I need information. Do you have anything?
I'll take the whole bottle and information.
Well, let's see. I do have... I suppose you could call it intuition.
Tell me.
Whoops. The first thing we're gonna do though is look around. The bar counter. Got a different view this time. It's more close up. We still have that weird music playing in the background though. This place is definitely very weird. Look at that light. Beer tap. Bottles on the counter. Painting of Saint Sebastian. Specials. Still have the posters and the flyers. Nothing new there. Bar stools. Red sofa. Anything else? Got a refrigerator and a radio. Alright. So much easier to click on things when you know there's not going to be any special dialogue. But at the same time, I still want to click on them because you never know. I'm saying you never, ever know until you do it. Mama is polishing the dry bonito. Information about the incident.
The Kumakuras are involved in this case. Remember what I told you before? That there's a relationship between Ren and the Kumakuras? Shoko also has a relationship with them.
Yeah, we know about that actually.
You know about her dealings with the Kumakuras, right?
We do.
So basically, 2 of the victims are linked to the Kumakuras. That must mean they're involved somehow, right?
Not 2, 3.
3?
3?
Iris?
No, not that one. The boy. He came here last night?
Ota?
Yes, from Matsushita Diner. He's linked to the Kumakuras as well.
How? Yeah, how is Kota related to the Kumakuras?
Have you heard the rumor?
No, I haven't. Please tell me. Mama told me a similar story to Aiba's about Soshijima and the Kawasaki District. The basic idea is this. 8 years ago, sold his land in Kawasaki District for 30 billion yen. Half a year later, an explosion at the chemical plant caused the land prices to drop drastically. Yeah, we heard about this. So he bought back the land for 1 billion yen and made 29 billion yen and still owns the property. Almost like he knew beforehand that the accident would happen. Or he caused the accident to happen. Did Soul blow it up or conspire to blow it up? No, that wouldn't make sense. So wouldn't gain anything from that. He would end up with 29 billion in cash and 1 billion in land. It's a net zero. But there's more to the story.
The Kumakuras own a handful of real estate companies. They of course look legit, but they're Yakuza fronts. I'll call those real estate companies the KE to keep it simple for you. The KE followed in So's footsteps. They bought up land in Kawasaki. Now, back to So. Have you heard of the plans for the casino in Kawasaki? So was the one who came up with it.
I was born and raised in Kawasaki. I remember the landscape of my childhood, and I loved it dearly. But look at Kawasaki now. When I see images of the destruction on television, my heart aches like it's being chopped to pieces.
I'm sure.
But I promise you, I will revive the Kawasaki District at any cost. Casino Town Kawasaki will give new life to the city.
After that, So moved fast. He submitted the bills he needed to the National Assembly after drumming up support in the right places. The bills passed, and it became an official government initiative.
Decontamination efforts therefore increased at a rapid pace in the Kawasaki District. At the moment, the area is still considered off-limits. However, the air in Kawasaki is currently purified to such an extent that it has no negative effect on the human body.
If the plan goes smoothly, land prices in Kawasaki are going to skyrocket. And all that land is owned by the KE. And by So himself. The land he bought back for $1 billion will be worth 10 times that soon.
Yeah, but how does that help us with the current case?
He's involved in some shady business.
About so in the Kawasaki District.
This is just another rumor, but the chemical plant exploding was no accident. It was done intentionally.
By So and the Kumakuras, you mean?
But we're getting off topic.
But there's no hard evidence of that. It's just gossip.
Yeah, continue.
What were we talking about again?
We're talking about So.
Ota and the Kumakuras.
Yeah.
Oh, right. You know how Matsushita Diner is close to the Kawasaki District?
And?
The chemical plant explosion made times hard. Foot traffic went down, sales declined. No wonder it closed down. Ota must hold a grudge. Someone caused that explosion. And if it was intentional, oh, he'd hate them even more. That's how I link Ota to the Kumakuras.
Alright, say goodbye. I still don't know how.
Thank you, Mama.
How Ota being linked to the Kumakuras helps me in this situation.
I don't know if what you told me will lead to anything, but...
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time.
You're not wasting your time, I just gotta figure it out.
No, it was very helpful.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can help, even if it's just a little.
Well then, be seeing you.
Come back anytime.
Well, at least we ended the episode on a note that wasn't horribly depressing, which is good. Alright, my friends, well, let's check the appendix real quick. KE Association, Kamakura states the name Rama gives to the real estate companies under the Kamakura umbrella. Endorphins, endogenous morphine released in the brain. Relieves brain, calms nerves, and creates a feeling of euphoria, totally unrelated to dolphins. Oh, because it sounds similar, okay. Kawasaki District, Sosajima currently resides in Azabu. However, he is currently not running for office in the Minato District where Azabu is located, but instead is in the Kawasaki District where he was born and raised. Candidates are allowed to run for any constituency regardless of where they live. Dopamine, one of the neurotransmitters present in the central nervous system, involved with pleasant feelings, motivation, and learning new information. Posterior Pituitary Gland. The Pituitary gland is part of the endocrine system that hangs on the lower part of the brain, not to be confused with the anterior Pituitary. Primarily secretes oxytocin. Peptide hormone. A hormone with a peptide bond. A peptide bond is a bond that occurs when the carboxyl group of a molecule, COOH, reacts with the amino group of another molecule, NH2, which generates water, H2O. Has nothing to do with energetic tides. Okay, my friends, well, thank you so much for everything. Again, thank you to those who told me in the comments below how to navigate around the map better. I really, really do appreciate it. And I mean, I don't know where this story is going at the moment, but hopefully we'll get some more answers in our next episode. Today, it was mostly about just dealing with grief. I mean, I think that's what this episode is probably going to be called, grief, because it makes the most sense. Oh man, this was a tough episode, but don't worry, there will be sunnier days ahead, and I'll see you in those moments. Love you guys so much. Until next time, so long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you would like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more. Also, please do not forget, you matter. You are brilliant and you are loved. And you should always remember to be true to yourself. Don't let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly feathered flightless bird. Till next time.